Hello. Happy New Year. Happy 2022. How is everyone? I am excited to be here with you for another episode of my Fertility Hot Seat. So here's how it goes. You request to join me live. I will select one of you at random. Please do not join or ask to join me if you've already had a hot seat with me, okay? Let's share this with somebody else. So request to join live, and then I'm going to invite you to join me. And you have to know that you're going to come on live to the audience, and we're going to share your fertility story, and I'm going to give you 15 minutes of free advice based on my clinical experience. I am not a medical doctor. I have a lot of training and a lot of degrees in a lot of things, but I'm not a medical doctor. So this advice is not medical advice. This is advice based on my 20 years of clinical experience, plus my master's degrees and undergraduate degrees in biology, chemistry, neuroscience, my functional medicine degrees, my herbal degrees, all of the things, my best-selling books, my thousands and thousands and thousands of women at this point that my team and I have helped. So yes, we have requests rolling in, so I'm super excited. Let's have a look and pick someone. I'm gonna go with Grateful Ink. Let's do it. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Now there's like more people rolling in, but don't worry. I do this every other Monday. Hi.
Hi.
How are you? You okay?
Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Oh, great. Yes, I can hear you.
It was the name Grateful in your handle that got me. I figured why not?
Oh my
If we're kicking
gosh.
off the year, feeling grateful. So tell me how I can help. What's going on?
Um, well, I have been trying for 2 years,
Okay.
and we've had 3 miscarriages.
Oh, okay. How far
I
along?
am
Let me
6
get-
weeks.
Okay, each one.
I think the first one might have been at 4 weeks.
Okay.
So
And how far apart can
they were all within a 12-month period, so starting in 2019, and the last one, was like June of 2020 or something, July of maybe September of 2020.
Okay.
So then after that, we decided to do IVF,
Okay.
and I started taking supplements,
Okay.
and then I had my AMH was like something like 0.49. And then my FSH was 10 when they initially tested it after the miscarriage.
Okay.
And then I had 9 eggs.
Okay.
They all fertilized. I
Great.
had 5 embryos, and they were all abnormal.
Okay.
So then I switched doctors. I did PRP
Okay.
and some stem cell treatment in Mexico, and then I went to a different clinic, and
Okay.
then I had I think 14 eggs retrieved, 12 fertilized. I had 8 embryos, and then 7 of them were abnormal, and 1 was normal.
Okay.
And so then we were, that was like in October. And then now we were waiting to do our embryo transfer in December, but then I didn't get my period. And we think maybe it's because of stress or something,
Okay.
or because I don't know, stress maybe. I did do like a detox kind of similar to the one that similar to yours, where you have like no eggs, no
Okay.
no gluten, no soy, no dairy,
Did you lose weight?
no animal. I did like 9 pounds, and then I just got my period on the 31st, And so we are looking to do the embryo transfer this month.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, so
and
let's think about, so we never tested any of the miscarriages, right? We don't.
we did one, and then it was trisomy 22.
Okay. Um, and then any other health issues or health conditions?
Mm-mm. No,
No.
I had an HSG. It was normal. I had a hysteroscopy. It was normal. I
With,
had all the recurrent pregnancy loss
okay.
blood work, and that was normal. Protein C. Um, what else did they do? Like
Protein
factor
S,
five.
PAI1,
Yeah, those.
MTHFR, factor 5,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, those were normal. But there's an M2 haplotype,
Yeah.
and that was positive.
So what are they going to do? Are they going to do any treatment for that?
They said that I have to do these Lovenox
Yeah.
injections
Okay,
like the
good.
whole pregnancy, I
Okay.
think.
Um, and then one question too, in that second IVF where you got the normal, was there the meds different? Was it lower meds, higher meds?
Higher.
Higher. But you had just done the stem cell and the PRP.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And what's the stem cell? That was like a stem
I,
cell injection into the ovaries?
yep.
So cool. Where did they get them from?
I don't know.
Okay. No, it's just, that's so interesting. I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of
But I
PRP.
had never, before that, I had never seen at the initial scan like I had 8 follicles on my right ovary.
It really helped your antral follicle count.
And
Okay.
so, yeah.
And I think it's also like good for all the girls out there to hear like the AMH 0.49 of like you still got that many with retrievals. Because I think some doctors will just put them in a category of like, oh, this is a low AMH, even though I don't think 0.49 is, and also the pregnancy rates that you're getting pregnant at. So yeah, I mean, the one thing I would say is going into the transfer, definitely being on some kind of blood thinner is smart. So the Lovenox is super smart. I would be on fish oil at like 3 to 4 grams of fish oil. A good quality one. There's ones listed on my site that I like. Make sure you're on methylfolate, not folic acid, right?
Yep.
You know, and like 1500, 1700 micrograms a day. I would love to get your, you probably already have, but your thyroid and your vitamin D, making sure that those are in healthy ranges, getting those
So,
checked. Go ahead.
so my thyroid was like 2.4, and then my acupuncturist suggested that I started taking medication to try to get it
Good.
down to 2.
Yeah.
But so should I get it retested again before the embryo transfer?
I would. What are you on now? What
Okay.
meds? How much meds are you on?
25
25. So
micrograms
just a
of
small
like,
amount. Okay.
mhm.
Yeah, I would, ask for it to be retested. The other thing to think of before transfer, since we have this one normal, is if no one's done it on you, is a uterine or endometrial biopsy.
I did the ERA.
Yeah, it's a little different because I mean, did the ERA show? Did they test for any that? Oh my God, endometritis?
They didn't. No.
So I might bring that up. There's a test called the Alice and Emma test. There's a couple
Uh-huh.
different ones, but that's the one I'm most familiar with. And it gives you feedback on the microbiome of the uterus and also if there's
Hmm.
any infections in the uterus that can impact implantation. And sometimes they're there. Like we see, the more we do the test, the more we're finding these infections that can then be treated and then prevent potential loss. So I'm sure doctors are making the assumption that all the losses were genetic, but we don't know that for sure. Do you know what I mean? Or that the environment
Yeah.
just wasn't the best for them to develop. This M2 haplotype could have been playing a role 100% across the board too. So you're already treating for that. But I would, if you have it in you to wait maybe it would be one more cycle that you'd have to wait to
Hmm.
do the testing just because you work so hard for the embryo. Personally, I would do it. I would do the biopsy.
So what happened with that was I had been seeing an RE before,
Okay.
and I don't know the terms or whatever, but she had told me to take a 2-week course of
Of antibiotics.
doxycycline.
Yeah.
because there's like this thing, and you could do a biopsy, but you could also
Yeah.
just do the doxycycline and then just move forward. So I had done that, and it was
When
too
did you do
close to
that?
the ERA in October.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so she's right. She's right. That is the course of treatment. So you might not need to then go and do. So that's what she was talking about. That is the course of
Hmm.
treatment. 2 weeks of the antibiotics. Okay. All right. So then maybe we skip that. You've done the ERA. You're going to be on the Lovenox. Make sure you're on fish oil, a good methylfolate. I would get the thyroid checked. And then diet wise, are you still kind of following the detox plan? I know you said, did you say there was no animal protein in there?
So I did 2 weeks of no animal protein just because like Thanksgiving was in between. So I was like, okay, let's, like detox again.
Yeah.
Um, and then I was really discouraged when I didn't get my period.
Yeah.
And
You
I
need the
was like,
protein.
of course, like I'm gonna blame the diet, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna blame like the exercise. And I was just like, oh, I need to take a break because I thought like this isn't even gonna happen,
Yeah.
anymore. Um, so now I'm like back to, but what I'm going to, I guess, take another look at your book and the diet and stuff.
Yeah,
But
I
you're
mean, I think
saying like,
especially fat and protein is really important, so to think about that. Like you've made the healthy embryo, which is a huge piece of this, right? But you still want, like in Chinese medicine, we want that like healthy, juicy blood in there. And animal protein is really what gives us that. And fat is really important for implantation too, right? You see like everybody talk about like vitamin E or these amino acids for implantation. And guess where those are found? In fats, you know what I mean? So bone broth, eggs, like I would still think about eating, basically protein, vegetables, fat. I mean, I still think what you cut out, like cutting out gluten, dairy, soy, sugar, all those inflammatory substances really can help the outcomes here. But a lot of research shows that, higher levels of omega-3s to omega-6s improve pregnancy outcomes, higher levels of fat. So your macronutrients around like 40%, it's all in the egg quality diet, but 40% fat, 30% protein, 20% or whatever the rest, carbohydrates, and good quality carbs versus, fast carbs, if you will. So I would just think about all that of like, okay, you're preparing, like your game face is on, like, let's go into this, let's transfer, let's get pregnant, and then get to that first trimester, and then we can kind of soften the reins a little bit. That's how I
and
would
then
approach it.
how do the supplements change like after the transfer?
Yeah, so I would stay on. So what else are you on? Tell me what you're on.
I take spirulina, I take maca, take the prenatal fish oil, vitamin E. I'm taking a baby aspirin. I take a probiotic, and I think that's it.
Okay. And the prenatal has the methylfolate?
Hmm.
Okay.
I take the thorn.
Okay, good. And then, yeah, the maca, I would think it's fine to stay on right now, but once you transfer, you don't need it.
Okay.
The baby aspirin, I would talk to whoever prescribed the Lovenox. Do I need both or do I just need the
Okay.
Lovenox? Um, the probiotic, yes. Vitamin E, fine. Like I said, though, too, if you're eating avocados and like, some nut butter, you're getting plenty of vitamin E. And the fish oil, like I said, I would increase that and I would stay on that dose, like the 3,000 probably through the first trimester. Then you can go down to just
3,000
milligrams a day. Yeah.
of
Or
what?
of fish oil.
Okay.
Um, and then you could go down to maybe 2,000, vitamin D. What did you say your levels were? Did you say?
Of vitamin D, what I'm taking?
No. Do you
Um,
know what your levels are test wise, blood
no,
work wise?
no.
No.
Mm-mm.
I would get that checked and see, because then we know how to properly dose you. So you could ask
Okay.
for, like, can I get my thyroid and my vitamin D checked before transfer?
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm taking vitamin D too.
Okay. Because then that way, if it's a good level, vitamin D tends to drop in pregnancy, thyroid tends to go up in pregnancy. So if D is at a good level, then we can kind of adjust and just stay at like 2,000 IUs a day. If you need more, then we would take more. Um, and then the spirulina and the prenatal, sometimes I say they're overkill. So like you could probably take the spirulina just every other day. You don't necessarily
Okay.
need it daily. Or some of my girls will alternate spirulina one day, prenatal the other. With the haplotype though, and I assume you probably have the MTHFR, so I would actually just stay on the prenatal every day and then take the spirulina kind of, a couple times a week.
Okay.
And then the maca you can stop. Vitamin E, like I said, I don't think it's necessary, but if it feels good to you, stay on it, and then you can stop it kind of once you get through transfer and it's successful. Probiotics are good. Vitamin D. What am I missing? Liver pills. You know me, I do love
Oh
liver.
yeah.
Um,
How many?
so I like the Dr. Ron's are the ones I recommend. I mean, there's a lot of great brands out there now, but Dr. Ron's has been my brand for a long time, and I feel like I know them personally, so I still recommend them. And they changed their dosing recently on the back where they say six a day. I think it's a lot. I think you can do 1,000 milligrams of liver a day, which is about the Dr. Ron's. It's 2 capsules a day,
Okay.
and that also will help thin the blood a little bit and support potentially what was happening with these miscarriages. And let's see. What else? I would do maybe castor oil packs leading up to transfer. Keep up with your acupuncture. I have a video
How
on
often for the
castor oil.
castor oil?
I mean, I'd probably do one every day if you can make that happen. Don't do them once you
Okay.
transfer, but leading up to. Just really healthy, good blood flow. Uterus and ovaries. Do the regular acupuncture. Do the acupuncture if you can before and after the transfer. Kind of like throw all the things at it, if you will.
Yeah.
So tell me any other questions for me right now?
Oh, I had so many. I wish I had
Oh,
been ready. And then right now
oh.
it's like I'm just gonna hit it and then she's probably not gonna pick me. So
Do you have them written down, or you can't think of them right now, or?
I can't think of them right now. I know I wanted to ask you about the liver pills. Oh, I know. There's this thing I have to look into that they're talking about like intralipid injections
So that's
before
the fish oil.
transfer.
There's research that shows 3 to 4 grams or 3,000 to 4,000 milligrams of fish oil is the same effect as intralipid, and it's a powerful anti-inflammatory. So you could do it to kind of like hedge your bets if your doctor recommends it, but the original intra-lipid doctor, which was Dr. Braverman and Dr. Badali at Braverman Reproductive BRI, they have stopped using intralipids because they see fish oils just as effective. And so,
Okay.
and the fish oil, the intralipids is made with soy oil, which I don't really love personally. So, you could probably, I have the research somewhere, but you can probably find it if you said BRI intralipids fish oil. Let me just see if that works. Yeah, no benefit found with intralipid therapy. So if you just Google BRI for Braverman Reproductive Institute and then intralipids fish oil, you will find the research, and then you can show that to your doctor. It'll save you a couple
Okay.
$100 and an IV injection. But I feel very confident, like even just doing what I do and seeing all the girls I see with recurrent losses, just saying the fish oil instead of the intralipids. There's still some docs that love the intralipids. I don't think they're necessarily harmful, but I think you don't necessarily have to do them either.
And then the other thing you talked about is MTHFR, and I haven't tested for that, but if I was positive, what does that mean?
Yeah, it just means you need more methylfolate than that, the
Okay.
average bear, if you will, as I would say. So, getting the 1,700 to 2,000 micrograms of methylfolate, but then you also need extra B12. Ideally, well, it depends, methylcobalamin and adenosol, like a mix. So you need about like a 2-to-1 ratio. So and then you need extra choline too. So the B12 would be like 3,000 to 4,000. Whatever the units are, I think milligrams of B12, and then choline, which is really important. But you can get choline if you're doing liver, you're eating some spinach, and you're eating like a couple egg yolks a day. I have an MTHFR guide that, forgive me, I'm not going to remember. We have a pretty link, but just you can DM me on here, and I'll send you the link to the guide.
Okay, thank you.
And then it kind of covers all the steps you need to do. And that is true. I basically just treat everyone as if we have it, because it's, I think 50 to 80% of the population has at least one copy.
So you think no extra choline?
Yeah, I don't think, if you follow the diet, you don't necessarily need it. If you
Okay.
do want it, and I link out to it in the guide, sunflower lecithin is a really good source, and you could just add a little bit of that, like, you know, to any kind of food you eat as a powder. You just do like a couple scoops.
Okay.
All
Thank you
right.
so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. Okay, so keep us posted. Send you lots of love.
I
And
will.
fingers crossed. And then, yeah, and just DM me and I'll send you the MTHFR guide. Okay. And
Okay.
anybody else who wants that guide, just DM us and we'll send you the link.
Thank you so
Okay.
much, Amy.
You're so
I
welcome, my love.
appreciate your time.
Of
Thank
course. Okay. Goodbye. I'll see you soon.
you. Bye.
I'll let you X out. Okay. That was a good one, guys. And there's so many people watching right now. I love you guys. This is exciting. So yeah, I think that was a good case to go through. And I feel like everybody probably took notes and learned a bunch. I'm just super excited to be here. Just making sure there's no, love it. Baby dust. Yeah, exactly. Lots of baby dust to her. And I know there was a lot of people who wanted to join today. So just tune in 2 weeks from today. I do this every 2 weeks on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And I will call one of you next time, I promise. And what else? Yeah. Keep your ears out. We're going to be running my Fertility Reboot 2.0 again. It's kicking off in just a couple weeks, maybe even less than that. And that is where I basically walk you through the first 30 days of the egg quality diet. And then I also work with you on like the mindset piece. It's one of the most loved and adored programs that I run. And yeah, it's going to kick off soon. So keep your eyes out for that. And what else? Happy New Year, everybody. Okay. Sending you lots of love. I'm going to go and finish my lunch. And I will see you guys really soon. Have a great day.